Welcome to the class. Today we are working on pages 62 and 63. Today is October 9th. We're going to learn how to divide fractions again. So again, 62, 63, October 9th, divide fractions. So on your desk you have your notes. Tape it to page 63. Fold it in half, tape it to page 63. You should be answering this question on page 62. So you may want to pause it and give them time. Well, welcome back. How did you answer this? Did you answer by drawing 6 circles or 6 rectangles? How many groups of 3/4 go into it? So I'm going to divide each one into fourths. And let's count the number groups of 3/4. There's 1 group of 3/4, 2 groups of 3/4, 3 groups of 3/4, 4 groups of 3/4, 5 groups of 3/4, 6 groups of 3/4. 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 is another 3/4. That's a group of 3/4. That's 7 groups. 1 and 8 groups of 3/4. There are 8 groups of 3/4 in 6 circles or 6 holes. Let's look at your homework from last night. Your homework last night was page 149 and pages 150. So open up your textbook to page 149. Here's your homework. Number 1, it's 9. Number 2, is 8. You have 2 whole groups. You divide each one into fourths. There are 8 groups of fourths. Number 3 is 9. Number 4 is 8. Number 5 is 4. Number 6, I'll take both answers. 16/3 or 5 1/3. Number 7 is 15/2 or 15 halves. Or 7 1/2. Number 8 is 10/4 or 5/2 or 2 1/2. Number 9 through 13. If you divide 2 divided by 1/4, the answer is 8. And how many fourths go into 2? The answer is greater. Is the quotient less than or greater than dividend? So the dividend is 2. Is the answer greater or less? It's greater, 8. Number 10, 6 divided by 2/3 is 9. It is greater. 9 is greater than 6. Number 11 is 4 divided by 1/2 is 8. 8 is greater than 4. Number 12, 3 divided by 3/4 is 4. 4 is greater than 3. Number 4 is 4 divided by 3/4, 16/3 or 5 1/3. It is greater because that's greater than 4. Again, you can draw each picture. If you draw 2 circles and divide them into fourths, how many fourths do you see here? I see 8 of them. And so 4 and divided halves. How many halves do you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of halves. So tonight's homework is page 155, number 1 through 11. Page 156, number 16. You're not going to get this yet. So page 155, 1 through 11, page 156, number 16. Today you're going to learn how to divide whole numbers by fraction. Now we're going to use the rules to do it. So open up your composition notebook to page 63. Lana has 30 cupcakes. How many pieces will she have if you divide them into fourths? If you want to, you could draw 30 cupcakes. Maybe you can do it in your head. I'm hoping you can do it just in your head. If you divide each cupcake into 4 parts, or fourths, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, divide each one into fourths. How many will you get? 6 divided by 4. So how many did you get? I'm going to get, there's 30 cupcakes. And you're dividing it into fourths. You know what? I'm not going to draw this out. This is going to take way too long. I know each cupcake, there's 30 cupcakes, and each cupcake has 4 parts. So 30 times 4 is 120/1, or 120 pieces. I wonder how I got that so quickly without drawing it. Well, we're going to learn that today. So Lola is using 5 straws to make a craft. She needs to cut the straws into 1/3 pieces. So cut these straws into thirds. All right, how would you write this as a division problem? So you start with how many straws? 5. And you're dividing it into thirds. How many pieces of straw can Lola cut from these 5 straws? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 pieces. I wonder, did you come up with another way to get it 15 without drawing it? Anybody in this class? The way I did it, I thought, well, I know there's 5 straws, and each straw has how many pieces? 3 of them. So I multiply 5 times 3 over 1, or 5 times 3, and I got 15. So I wonder how I came up with this 15 without drawing it. Anybody know yet? Nope. All right, let's try another example. Brian has 6 burritos. He offered each of his friends 3/5 of the burrito. So he has 6 burritos. He offered each friend. So let's try to divide this all into fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So divide each burrito into fifths. So you're cutting each burrito into 5 parts. How would you write this as a division problem? 6. You start with a 6 burrito. He's dividing it into 3/5. So let's use the drawing. Then I'm going to try to do it mathematically. How many 3/5 do you see here? 1/5, 2/5. So 1 group of 3/5, 2 groups of 3/5, 3 groups of 3/5, 4 groups of 3/5, 5 groups of 3/5, 6 groups of 3/5, 1/5, 2/5, 3, 7 groups of 3/5, 1, 2, 3, 8 groups of 3/5, 1, 2, 3, 9 groups of 3/5, 1, 2, 3, 10 groups of 3/5. Brian will be able to give burrito to 10 friends because there's 10 groups of 3/5. I wonder how I could have gotten that without the. How can I get 10 from this without a drawing? Anybody have a suggestion? How can I get 10 from this? 10. I wonder if you multiply 6 and 5. That's 30. So it's 30 pieces. Are there 30 pieces here? There's 6 burritos, and each burrito has 5 pieces. So you have 30 pieces. And then you have to divide it into, there's 3 pieces in each group. So 6 times 5 is 30. 30 divided by 3 is 10. How did I come up with that mathematically without drawing this? Anybody know yet? Anybody notice yet? Not yet? Okay. So, well, it's something called reciprocal. Reciprocal is another word for the flipping. And if you went to Patterson Elementary School, you may have learned something called keep, change, flip. Now I understand why your teachers taught you that. I thought they taught you to turn a subtraction into an addition. Actually, they taught you how to turn a division problem into a multiplying. So you had to flip the fraction. So reciprocal is the flipping of the numerator and denominator. So 1/2. If you flip 1/2, it's 2 over 1. If you flip 1/3, it'd be 3 over 1. What's the reciprocal of 2/3? 3/2. What's the reciprocal of 3/4? 4/3. Ooh, let's make it harder. We're not going to learn this until next week, but you know what? We can do it still. What's the reciprocal of 4? Well, to write 4 is 4 over 1. So reciprocal of 4 is 1/4. What's the reciprocal of 6? If you look, read it as 6/1. Reciprocal is 1/6. 1 and 2/3. Is that a fraction? Can you turn that into an improper fraction? I do the popcorn method. So I do 3 times 1 is 3, and I add a 2 is 5/3. So that's why 5/3. So what's the reciprocal of 5/3? 3/5. And 1 and 3/4. Well, how would you write that as a fraction? 1 and 3/4 is 4 plus 3 is 7/4. Reciprocal is 4/7. So we're going to skip this. Oh, no, I can use this. So if you understand how to turn subtraction to addition, you're definitely going to know how to turn a division to multiplication. So some of you in this class use add the opposite. Some of you use keep, change, flip. We're going to focus more on keep, change, flip. To turn a subtraction to an addition, you keep the first number. You change the subtraction to an addition. And then you do the opposite. So keep, change, flip. You do the flip of the -4. That's +4. We're not going to answer it. Right now we're just doing. So you keep the 7. You keep, change, flip. You change that to an addition. Flip -2 to 2. What about -6 minus 6? What's the addition expression for it? Keep, change, flip. -6 you keep. Change this to a plus. Flip 6 to -6. Keep. Next one, 4 minus 6. Keep the 4. Change that to addition. Flip 6 to -6. Taking what we just learned about keep, change, flip, that's how you answer division. For example, let's go back to our burrito question. The way I got 10 or 30 over 3 without drawing is I kept the 6. Did you notice? Did you discover this rule on your own? I changed this to a multiplication, and I flipped the 3/5 to 5/3. What about this question? I kept the 5. I changed it from a division to a multiplication, and I flipped the 1/3 to 3/1. So really, what about this one? I kept the 30, changed the division to a multiplication, and I flipped 1/4 to 4/1. So yes, that's how you do it. So yesterday, Tyra felt bad for what she did to Mr. Joe, to me. So she invited me to a second date. Yay. The date was 3 hours long. 1, 2, 3. So many things to talk about. Every 3/4 hour, Mr. Joe took out his cell phone or iPhone to play Tapped Out, my most favorite game in the whole wide world, Simpson. How many times did he interrupt the date? Because, she was very rude to me yesterday. So you know what? It's payback time. Payback. So complete the sketch and table. So 3 hours long, every 3/4. Let's cut this into fourths. So every 3/4. 1, 4, 2, 4, 3. He played with his phone. 1, 4, 2, 4, 3. Played with his phone. 1, 4, 2, 4, 3. Played with his phone. 1, 2, 3. Played with his phone. So how many times did he take out his? How many times did I take out my phone and play with my phone? 4 groups. So 3 divided by 3/4. That's the division one. So I started with 3 hours. I'm dividing it into 3/4. How can I rewrite that as a multiplication? Because what if I don't want to sit here and draw these out? I kept the 3. I changed the division to a multiplication, and I flipped the 3/4 to 4/3. So what is 3 times 4/3? Do you like Ethan's way or do you like Connor's way? You know what? I like Ethan's way. I'm Team Ethan. So I'm going to put a 1 right here. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. If you like Connor's way, you would just multiply 3 times 4 is 12 over 3. So is 3 divided by 3/4 equivalent to 3 times 4/3? Are they the same thing? It is. Now can we answer these without drawing? A neighborhood development that is 6 acres is to be divided into 2/3 lots. How many lots can be created? So you start with 6 acres a lot. You're dividing it into 2/3. How can I could draw this. If you want to, I'll draw 6 circles right now for you and divide them into 2/3, 2/3, 2/3. But you know what? I want to see if I can solve this faster. How can I rewrite this as a multiplication? I know a lot of you went to Patterson, so I know your teacher taught you this way. You keep the 6, you change the division to a multiplication, and you flip the 2/3 to 3/2. So, answer it. Are you Team Connor or Team Ethan? I'll be Team Connor today. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 over 2 is 9. If you don't really believe me, I'm going to draw this and show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divide each one into thirds, 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 and thirds. How many groups of 2/3 do you see? 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6 groups. These 2 make 7 groups. These 2 make 8 groups. These 2 make 9 groups. Isn't that faster? So think about it. We have 6 circles. Each circle has 3 parts to it. 6 times 3 is 18. And then you took out 2, so you're dividing it by 2. So how do you rewrite a problem as a K C, F. If you went to Hayes or Exley, you may want to write this out. Keep, change, flip. If you went to Pattison, you may already know this already. Actually, may not. You do know it already. So, for your homework, for your sake, can you turn all of these division problems into a multiplication? And then can you answer it? So you may want to pause it and give them time to do it. Welcome back. So let's turn this. Keep, change, flip. 5 times 3, 1. 5 times 3 is 15 over 1, or 15. Keep, change it, flip it. I want to be Team Ethan. That's 30 over 3. 6 times 5 is 30. 1 times 3 is 3. Or just 10. Keep, change, flip. I want to be Team Connor. 4 times 5 is 20 over 2. Or just 10. Keep, change it, flip it. That will be 15 over 2. That is not acceptable. I need you to change it to something else. If you cannot do it in your head, divide 15 by 2. How many groups of 2 go on 15? 7 times. What do you have left over? 1, 7, and 1/2. Next one. Keep, change, flip. That is 16 over 3. That is not acceptable. Divide it. It goes in 5 groups. Remainder 1, 5, and 1/3. Keep, change, flip. 8 times 6 is 40. Oh, I'm going to do Team Ethan. 48 over 5. How many 5s go in 48? It goes in 9 times. Remainder is 3, 9, and 3/5. And hopefully you created your own. So your homework tonight is page 155, 1 through 11, page 156, number 16. So to do your homework tonight, you're going to have to turn a division into a multiplication. I use keep, change, flip. When I was a kid growing up, we call it invert and multiply. So some of your parents are like, oh yeah, I heard that before. You invert and multiply. Invert is another word for flip and multiply.